Welcome back. It's your Dire Dungeon Master. Today we're going to continue on design motif, but put it into mask form. So this is a little face mold from a head sculpt that I made that should fit nicely for almost any regular uh, guy's face. What I'm going to do is arrange this to be a beholder, and following somewhat from the Xanathar series that we've been doing. So if you've been following along, we have created a Xanathar style beholder from a ball of digital clay here and turned it into a pretty nice sculpt I was happy with for speed sculpt. So there's a series you can watch on that. And we're kind of splitting the difference between the Xanathar original design that's I prefer from my childhood, from the Waterdeep accessory Forgotten Realms back in the, I believe, on the late 80s, early 90s, to the new design of Xanathar for Universal in Florida. So we're splitting the difference between the two. What I think is important to consider here are what we need for the mask. So I think the arrangement of the eyes around the front and attaching here is going to be much better design, and that's how the new, more kid-friendly Xanathar mask or puppet is. The eyes go around the radius, kind of like sun rays or flares would go off like a sun design, as opposed to the top crown-like one, which is how I sculpted it. This will make the mask much lighter and easier to execute the design for. So if I don't want to have to make a skull cap to go all the way over the top of the head and the back, and want to do like a faster, easier piece for this. So I have these glass dragon eyes you can order online. And I was happy to use them for this because these big giant ones I'm not using for any of my sculptures. They're just so big, and most of the sculptures I've been doing so far are for the tabletop or for stop motion puppets that are about a foot tall, give or take, 9 inches to 15 inches tall. So I had all these big eyes that I'm like, man, what am I going to do with these? So beholder mask, perfect. So I just grabbed 5 pairs. I could have grabbed 10 unique different ones, but then I'd have 10 other ones sitting around. So I kind of got all the ones that are somewhat color coded. So if we look at the beholder designs, you got that red orange color, so that kind of fits at least that part. And but I'm gonna maybe move away from the Xanathar design itself. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just gonna have fun with this. But this design from the Forgotten Realms style Xanathar, he has these nose holes in this front, and this actually will help us a lot because this is where in the mask I can use that to my advantage and put the eye right here, and then put the nose holes here, so you could actually see out the mask without breaking the illusion there. So in doing this, I think what we're gonna do is see if I can break this off separately. There we go. I like this one. This is cool. It's got like some armored plating and carved in. Got the crazy tongue and the longer jaw. So what we'll need to do is kind of make that cavity, make that space for the nose right here on the mask, this part. And I'm going to kind of make sure that space is comfortable enough, but I want to kind of trim that down as much as I can and make this part here the upper lip, and then some of the gums and teeth coming down here, and then as much as I can push that eye down enough so that this will be the upper lip and the gum, and the teeth will kind of come off here, and then we'll hinge a jaw underneath here and see how that works. So to arrange the eyes in the more radius from a front side instead of the top crown-like design, I've got some aluminum armature wire, and I probably should have just gotten all the rods the same thickness, but I was just grabbing what I had handy. So I have 10 of these rods that I'm going to bend in half and make a little hoop around. And what that's going to give as a nice kind of support to glue these to each of the eyes. And so I'm going to make 10 of these. And then I had an extra just to make sure it's a little stronger. I got one extra rod that I'm going to put in the middle here. And that's going to kind of anchor the backside. So when I glue these, adhere these on, it's going to go all the way around the mask like that. And a certain percentage of the rods right here, I'm going to bend probably about an inch, inch and a half. And then I'm going to bend that forward so that the eye will be coming forward, but that the front is here. So I'm going to put it on there and bend it and have this arrangement going all the way around the mask. So let's see. So here, and just get a general sense. Probably keep them a little closer in the front, and use my single rod here as a extension for how high up I want these to go, giving a little bit more space. And if I expand beyond this cap, right, I'm giving myself some, let the medium, let the, I'm using aluminum. Also going to use some upholstery foam to bulk this up so it's not heavy on the main mask core. And then I'll use some barges to adhere the foam onto this. And then after that, we'll take some Magic Sculpt because it hardens a little faster than the epoxy resin. And we'll give it a nice hard shell. So that's what this mask base is made out of. This is the Magic Sculpt. So foam to bulk it up, get it nice and round and kind of more poofy. The center eye is going to go right about here. The nostrils, I'm going to drill the holes through there. Bottom lip's going to come down inside the upper gum and teeth. I'm going to have holes drilled for the nostrils so you can breathe through the nose. And then we'll put some nice fun big teeth in there. For the teeth, I've been playing around with the friendly plastic. Love the friendly plastic. It's super fun to make teeth. And it's a beholder, so we can really have lots of fun with the shape of the teeth. Some fangy ones. I don't need to follow anything in particular. I would like to do a tongue somehow, but I don't know. Controlling a mask tongue with your tongue, I don't know how. Maybe a string pulley, but anyway, the more the interactive pieces I'll maybe approach a little bit later. But yeah, let's draw this out and let's see what kind of beholder design comes out of this, based loosely on the Xanathar digital puppet and 3D printed model that we have so far. All right, we'll see you in the next video.